Welcome everyone, bienvenidos a todos. Por favor, bueno, vamos a empezar en unos 2-3 minutos. Por favor, cada quien seleccione su idioma en inglés o en español.
Vamos a dar unos cuantos minutos.
Yeah.
Hola Alfredo, ¿cómo estás?
Hola Rosario. Sam.
Hello everyone. Buenas tardes. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Ali, how are you, Ali?
Good, Alfredo. How are you? Good to see you.
We're going to give a couple of minutes. Hola Luis. Algunos minutitos antes de empezar. Alfredo, ¿dónde estás? Veo nieve. Es que tengo dos Alfredos. Hablo de Alfredo Granados. Veo que tiene en su background nieve. ¿Dónde estás, Alfredo? Porque no creo que en Juárez haya nevado recientemente.
¿Qué diciendo, José Alfredo? Bienvenido.
Estaba hablando sin el micrófono. Te decía, Rosario, que es aquí en mi rancho, en Ascensión, Chihuahua, como a 150 kilómetros al oeste de
No
Juárez.
oigo a nadie. Estoy hablando sola.
¿Me escuchas ahí?
No estoy hablando sola.
English channel, everybody else is in the original audio.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Before we start, instructions, please. If you want to hear the event in English, please go down to your screen and select the interpretation icon. Please be sure to select the English if you want to hear in English, and then mute original audio. Or if you want to do it in Spanish, please go down, select Spanish, and mute the original audio. The event will be hosted in English, but we have translation English and Spanish. So make sure you have selected your right language for the event.
Y si quieren escuchar el
English
idioma en
speakers,
español.
please select your language of preference, which is English, and then make sure to mute your original audio, please.
Es lo mismo los.
So, can you now hear me, Rosario?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. I was just saying that picture is in the background. That's my ranch in Ascension. And this is the February snowfall that we had the beginning of the year.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a nice pack of snow. And this is located like 150 kilometers to the west from Ciudad Juarez and about 30 kilometers from Columbus, New Mexico. So we're really close to the border region.
Columbus. Oh, okay. So you're still in Chihuahua, right?
Yeah, this is west from northwest from Chihuahua. It's in Ascension.
This is where the Ascension Aquifer is too?
That's correct.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's a nice picture. I was really lucky to get that picture.
So,
But it was also nice to have a little bit of snow in here in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, I'm in San Antonio and it's been raining like for 3 weeks now. I feel like I'm in London or somewhere. I don't know. It's just.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Also, the south of Chihuahua, dams are getting full of water now. That's really good.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, water is always good.
Última llamada a todos.
Okay. So let's start, if that's okay with everyone. It's time. It's 4:07, so we should start with our event. it's been a year, a little bit over a year, and we're very excited to celebrate with you. Thank you for being with us today. We are celebrating the first anniversary of the Permanent Forum of Binational Waters. We launched this initiative on May 29th last year, in the middle of the pandemic. We all going to remember 2020 as a threshold for the world in a lot of senses. And I want to think that this was a threshold too for the binational waters between Mexico and the US in a good way. These are one of the few things that we can remember with grateful and with a smile on our faces, because in the middle of a lot of struggles, we were able to, with your help and the help of a great team, we were able to accomplish this, and we are very proud of it. So with that, I want to especially thank with all my heart and all my strength to the team that has, go back, Gabby, a little bit, to the team that has made everything possible. Of course, Samuel Sandoval Solis, right and left hand and feet and head and everything of this effort, for his trust, of course. This started as a good idea, and then, you know, as every good idea, you never know when it's going to end, but we trusted in this project, and thank God it went well. Saúl Arcinega, he is now an associate professor from UNAM. We're very proud to have him on board, and he is in charge of all our materials, educational materials out there, or archive or news updates. I mean, he is basically what keeps us in track in terms of data out there. Laura Rodriguez, she wasn't able to meet with us, but she has helping us with the Transboundary Groundwater Task Force. She's the secretary of that task force, so she's pretty into that. Jay Rivera, Jay, the website, platform, everything that you see here working for you and for us, it's all because of him. So we are grateful for him, and he just graduated. He got his master's now, and we hope we can keep him forever with us. Gabriela Rendon, our communications manager. Gabby, she volunteered in this team over a year ago, and she is our communications manager. I mean, she takes care of everything that has to do with communications, design, following protocols, and everything. And she's always, I mean, she's always responding, even at midnight, right? I don't know how she does it, but if I send a text, she will respond. So thank you, Gabby, for always being there. Laura Lisa, great ideas. She is her idea of Women in Science was hers. And thanks to her, we have that initiative now in place, and she's hosting that. So it was a great idea, and we're happy that you are leading it. And that's my kid yelling in the background. Thank him, of course, for always keeping me sane. For this project. I'm gonna mute as soon as I'm done with this. Elia Tapia, she knows what I'm talking about because she's always having her kids around too. And she believed in this project. She joined this project. She's our treasurer. She keeps telling us that we don't have any money. So thanks to her, we are pursuing new strategies. And Todd Butler, our advisor, he was the one that made this nonprofit effort true and finally accomplished. So thank you to Todd. He volunteered his time and was able to take the forum into a new stage, institutionally speaking. And of course, I want to thank Grace Quiroga. She started with Sam and myself in the early days. She was foundational of this effort. She did a lot of work on the strategic planning, and she's part of the forum now. She's not part of the executive committee, but she's always being around and helpful. So I want to especially thank her for helping us and for believing in us in the beginning. Next, please. I just want to remind a little bit of who we are after a year, because it's always good to remember who we are, right? And never forget that. So we can make sure that as we move forward, we keep that in our minds. We are, and we want to be a network of experts that share holistic, socialized, science-based understanding of binational waters between Mexico and the US. Now, what do we want to achieve? We want to increase our resilience capacity by improving our collaboration communication efforts at a national scale, but also moving forward at a global scale. I think we have the capacity, the knowledge, and the expertise to become a sort of institutional, global scale that we can support and lead in the future. In our values, it's always important, our values: respect, humility, diversity, reliability, empowerment, leadership, and teamwork. Believe me, every day, every week that we meet, we face these values. We always remember, we always go back to who we are and why we did this. And every decision has to be built based on these values. So it's very important that we remember that. Next, Gabby, please. So what we have achieved pretty quickly. So far, we are over 150 members, mostly binational members, Mexico, US, but we have members from other parts of the world too. We have people from Peru, we have people from Canada, we have people from Brazil, and I believe another country there that I'm forgetting, but I will remember soon. We have developed 4 permanent programs: the coffee breaks that most of you are pretty familiar, the science talks, the facts and mythbusters section, which is a permanent section, the open mic section too. Those 2 programs are led by Sam, and they are different concepts. One is to try to get the facts and forget a little bit about the myths between US and Mexico in terms of water. And the open mic, which is basically, it's conversations with experts on particular topics that are going on in the border. We have 4 ongoing initiatives: Women in Science, that I already talked about it a little bit, that Laura is hosting that. We have a binational groundwater task force that it's led by one of our members as well, Alfonso Rivera, and Laura is her secretary, and 10 other members. And we're working on that pretty hardly. We have a binational publication coming over. We submitted a publication to Water International for the 50th anniversary. And that was done by 14 co-authors in 4 countries. So it was pretty challenging, but I think it was great. It was a great effort, and we're gonna continue on with those efforts as well. And we have our annual conference last year on transboundary aquifers too. That the binational publication was part of it. So far in our network, we have 16 categories of specialties, 9 fields of expertise. We have over 109 videos, educational videos and resources. We have 17 working groups of different topics related to the border. We have our blog functioning. We have 4 newsletters that we have been able to send to you, and over 100 articles out there in our archive of newsletters, of news and newsletters. And go ahead, Gabby, please, so I can talk about the rest. We have over 500 scientific publications, all specialized in transboundary waters. between Mexico and the US, and we have other information too from other parts of the world. We have had 36 binational panelists so far, 5 live events, both English and Spanish, with an audience about 1,000 people so far. We have reached on our social media pages over 17,000 people, and we have 419 followers on our social media pages. Next, please. And annual budget. Well, we don't have a budget really. We just have expenses. Nothing coming in, just coming out. We have been pretty lucky, I guess, so far. But we still need to work on numbers, because if we want to work on sustainability over time, right, we need to think about what it's worth, what we have been able to do. And these are just rough estimates of what cost us last year. It is in the lower end, we are around $80,000 out of pocket. That was the main reason also to pursue the nonprofit status. The forum now is a charitable institution. So it's a step forward, institutionalizing the forum and independence, of course. We want to build an organization that is self-reliant, and autonomous as well. And that is why also we're looking for funding proposals. We have 2 now moving forward. And well, we're trying to reach as much as we can, because there's a lot that we have been able to accomplish. So I think now we should be able to be attractive enough to attract funding. Next, please, Gabby. So before moving forward to more special topics, I want to get your feedback. If you have any questions, you have comments that you want to share with us, we have 3 minutes. If you want to, please just raise your hand or just speak out.
Preguntas y observaciones, si desean decir algo, levanten la mano, por favor, y podemos recibir sus comentarios en este momento. Tenemos una pausa ahora para recibir comentarios. ¿Alguien desea decir algo? O si quieren decir algo, pueden también ponerlo en el chat, o si no, está bien y podemos continuar. Bueno, vamos.
Gabby, please, next. I'm gonna give the floor now to Samuel. Samuel, please take over so I can mute myself and my kid at the same time.
So a couple of things. One of the things is that the objective of today's meeting is to tell you what we have done and where we're going. And I think this part is just kind of a summary of all the things that we have done. And it is good. I think it's a good reminder of all the things that we have accomplished. But as we're moving forward, please keep in mind that we are always open to receive suggestions. So Gabby, next. This is a very brief summary of all the different events. We have we have 2 live events, coffee breaks and science talks. And remember that they go every week and they alternate, every month, they alternate every month. And those are mostly these conversations, sometimes like a panel or sometimes like a presentation, which is coffee breaks and science talks. Then we have some events that are recorded, open mic and meet posters. Many of you have been invited or have participated in those. And then we have the newsletter, which is quarterly. So can we go to the next, Gabby? Okay, so we started with this idea of coffee break, and we have had, is this discussion or timely topics? Typically, it's every time that there is an event or something that we want to talk, we invite the experts and have that as an open discussion. We have had 5 coffee breaks. First, we started with the water deliveries from Mexico to the US on cycle 35. Then we went to groundwater resources along the border, the Rio Conchos. Then we went back to touching what was minute 325. And I know that there are many people here, Alfredo, Josh, I saw also somewhere there, Alex Mayer and so on, that they put it also an event that it was, they led it, we provided the platform that is called Overcoming Divided Governance. So for that one, I do want to mention that this type of forum is also open for everyone. So if there is any one of you that wants to develop an event like this, do let us know. Next, Gabby. Open mic. I have had these conversations with other colleagues. Again, talking with Luzma, talking about cycle 35, and we try to do this in this kind of very simple questions, and then start discussing those questions. In this case, it was with Luzma, U.S.-Mexico Water Treaty, then shared water resources, shared groundwater resources, and then what is coming soon is an environmental crisis in Cuatro Ciénegas. And next one, and last but not least, facts and mythbusters. I do have to say that this idea came on a trip coming back from Monterrey with Lau, and then we started kind of thinking of all the different information gaps that they were, and basically these are just putting some facts and then some of them having them as a questions. A lot of videos in both languages. They are typically 3 to 7 minutes. And also we have provided tools so everyone can do communication. So next, I think now I will turn the microphone to Gabby and Elia.
Hello, water lovers. I am very happy to see you today. We want to remind you that one of the objectives of the forum is to highlight mainly young scientists that are leading currently research in both countries. I mean, especially in the US-Mexican border. With that in mind, we have developed a program called Science Talks. That is an online panel which aims to advertise both profiles and the results of the scientific research in the border region to the general audience. So we are going to describe the 2 events we had. So Elia, please.
Hello, everyone. So far, we have had 2 Science Talk events. The first one, Women, Science, and Water in the US-Mexico border, highlighted the work of 4 scientists, Laura Garza, Eliana Rodriguez, Sophie Plazin, and myself. It is important to say that this event, combined with the Women's Day celebration of March 2021, serves as an inspiration for the development of the Women in Science program that is leading Laura. And also, our second Science Talk event, Modeling Efforts and Remote Sensing in the US-Mexico border region, highlighted the work of 3 scientists, one of which was Saul Arciniega, a member of the forum, and also Laura Rodriguez and Randy Hanson. We are currently preparing for our next Science Talk event, which is going to be next month. And we hope to see you all then. There's another product that we have, the newsletter. We have also been publishing our shared water news. This newsletter, as Sam said before, it has been, it's released every 3 months. It's quarterly released, and it has information about the activities, events, programs, initiatives. It presents also information about our binational water leaders. It's really important for us to highlight the work of all the scientists along the US-Mexico border region, and even more, like as it was said before, we have members from this region, but also even from other countries, not only the United States and Mexico. We have 4 newsletters that have been released so far. So if you want to know everything about the forum and don't have the time or the patience to go over our webpage and make like many clicks, that's the right place for you to find the information.
Going back to, thank you, Elia, and Gabby and Sam. Going back to our initiatives, just quickly, because I want to give the floor to Laura. Next, Gabi. And we already talked a little bit about this, but I want to talk about the Binational Groundwater Task Force. It has pretty strong and ambitious objectives in terms of policy development and what are the science policy basic questions that we need to address as a border region. So it's working intensively and meeting every month, and hopefully we can get some results out of it in the near future. And the transboundary groundwater publication, they already talked about that. Now I'm going to give the floor to Laura so she can speak about women in science. Next, Gabi.
Yeah, thank you, Rosario. So the initiative Women in Science is a space dedicated to highlight the work and research of women through relaxed conversations, really similar to the one that Sam spoke before, the open mic. But for this series, we gather women speakers with diverse backgrounds and experiences from different regions of the border between Mexico and the United States. And so these interviews are launched every 2 months, and where we hope that they're inspiring stories of research, policy, decision-making, inclusion, will encourage everyone, men, women, young researchers, the current and the next generation. So far, we launched already 2 interviews. The first one with the director of the Binational Forum, Rosario Sanchez, in which we covered topics related to the challenges of launching this amazing forum during COVID times, but also we talk about raising 2 kids and dealing with all of that. So it was super, super nice. The other one, I interviewed a Master of Science, Helene Berries, where we discussed the social complexities of a desert oasis. And the next one, the upcoming interview, we will have as a guest Julieta Diaz, which is the Executive Operation Manager at the Rio Bravo Basin Council. This will be, again, super, super interesting because she's one of the few women that work in the Rio Bravo Basin Council. So yeah, stay tuned.
We already spoke about this. I just wanted to highlight the members, the ones that we have the picture on. Alfonso, Laura, Anita, Randy, David, Omar. I see that you are connected. Enrique and Eliana and David. Ruben Chavez, of course. I just don't have his picture. And Maria Eugenia Barrientos. Now let's move on with the next, with the materials and resources. And Saul, please help us with this part.
Thank you. I hope you can hear me. I will be talking to you in Spanish. Now, since the forum was created, we started gathering materials and resources related to the subject of water, mainly along the border or in transnational areas, the border regions. Of course, prioritizing the Mexico-US border. In our database, we have currently a variety of materials and resources that you can consult. From the forum webpage, you will find publications in index magazines, official reports related to the management of water and natural resources in different countries, and non-peer-reviewed publications. The forum also has as an objective disseminating what we have learned so far on the science, the subject of science, the water management. You will find articles on the socialization of science as well as tools that we have been developing to generate communication materials. You will also find services that will help you promote your events in social media. It's a very simple process. You just need to fill out a form with the information you want to share, and we take care of the rest, basically. Next slide, please. And well, of course, the forum currently has 56 databases from different sources. You will find there data on water, other natural resources, the boundaries of aquifers and basins, the use and management of water and others. And also, if you're interested in modeling, you will want to visit our section on models and tools. You will find close to 12 models compiled for the modeling of groundwater and surface water. And our databases continue to grow day after day. If you have something that you want to share, we will gladly add it to our section so that we can disseminate it. Next slide, please. Rosario, I don't know if you want to say something right now.
Yes, just a quick pause again. If anyone has a question, comment that wants to share right now before we move on. That is not my kid, of course. Okay, so let's move on with the website and social media presence. Saúl, Gaby, Jesus.
Yes, thank you, Rosario. Well, for starters, this is Twitter is the one of our most important social networks. The first one we use to disseminate content. We share news, events, publications from different sources that we keep adding to our database of resources and tools in the forum. But we also publish information about news and information about initiatives and programs. We have over 200 followers, and that keeps growing in Twitter. For example, during the last 90 days, our publications in Twitter or posts in Twitter have produced over 30,000 impressions amongst users of the social network. Now, if you don't follow us currently on Twitter, please do that. If you do that, it'll help us a lot if you could share our content so that we can reach more people. Next slide, please. Another social network that we use is LinkedIn. We usually publish similar content to Twitter, but LinkedIn also allows us to create more extended blogs. We can generate exclusive content, for example, blogs with an extended description for our programs and initiatives that you can consult there from your social network. LinkedIn has been growing at a slower pace than Twitter, but however, the number of impressions generated by our publication has been growing. For example, in June, we had over 700 impressions amongst the users of this network. So if you're not following us on LinkedIn, please follow us. If you do, please share our content. That would help us reach more users and have more followers. Next one, please. Okay, Gabby, please go ahead.
Of course. We also have a Facebook account for those who prefer traditional social media tools. So far, we have 160 followers. And we found Facebook useful, especially to engage with the Mexican audience. We are constantly publishing information from different sources and of course, sharing our events. Elia, do you want to share something?
Yeah, well, something interesting is the fact that the age of most of our Facebook followers goes from 25 to 34 years old. So we're talking about young people, but not as young. And what you could say here, chavorrucos. Most of our United States and Mexico, we have most of our followers are from the US and Mexico, but we do have followers from all around the world. So if you use Facebook, please don't forget to follow us.
And we also have Instagram. The Instagram account is the youngest of our social media pages. Currently, we are exploring the tool and we're happy to engage with its different audiences. So please don't forget to follow us and let some comments. Leave some comments.
This is Saul.
Yes, I believe Slack is with
That's
Saul.
That is actually also myself. So, sorry, I was looking for the Facebook handle, but anyway. So, many of you, when you register to something that is called Slack. And the idea in Slack was that we created this place where we can have conversations. So this is like just one place, like conversations in WhatsApp, but having different WhatsApp conversations or channels. And it has been very useful at the internal level. So we have a lot of our discussions with the Slack platform internally. I think we haven't been able to leverage the capacity of Slack as a group. We are still kind of on the works to use Slack to have some conversations. So I think in that one, please just stay tuned. Next.
Thank you, Sound. So this is a quick overview of our website presence. The top infographic, as you can see, covers the users, the daily users from the initial launch back a year ago to very recently. So those peaks are the amount of users per day. And unsurprisingly, we can see that the two highest peaks are right about October 9th and 10th, which lines up with the conference. Below that is the languages that people are using to view the website. So we can see 65% are using the English site, and the rest is using a variation of the Spanish site. Next slide, please. All right, so we can also see where a lot of you guys are coming from. So 63% is within the United States. The second largest is 23 from Mexico. And of course, there's people from all over the world. The numbers drop down dramatically after that. So we can see Canada, India, United Kingdom, France, Germany. So the graph on the right, we can see how the ratio is pretty evenly. We're looking at the male to female, so 47% female, 53% male. So it's pretty close to the same. On the age, we can see the largest group is between 25 and 34, with the second largest being 18 to 24. Next slide, please. Okay, so once people are on the site, we're able to see where people are going. And unsurprisingly, everyone's always really interested on who else is on the network, right? So that's our largest traffic grabber, our network, with 5% going to there, and then people just disperse after that. The bottom infographic is showing the page views throughout the year that we've been live. And the biggest point was right at launch. When we launched the website, everyone got super excited and went around digging around. So that's where that peak is. Next slide, please. So we can also see where people are coming from. And so that direct is when people type in the web address right directly into their URL. So that's what that's showing. That's roughly 50% of the users. The organic search is when people type it in directly into Google or Bing or whatever search engine people use. Social is, of course, coming in from the social, so we can see how that is doing. I'm honestly not sure what referral is referring to. No pun intended. And then the email we can also see from that. So just as a summary, what we are using is Google Analytics, and this is helping us see what platforms and what services our users are enjoying the most, are using the most. So this helps us optimize. Like this page right here, we can see that we probably need to put in a little bit more effort into social and email and that sort of stuff. Next slide, please.
Okay, so we have been busy. So where are we going? Where do we want to go? Short, medium, and long term. So we want to be able to consolidate ourselves as a self-sustained entity at a global scale. That's a big goal. And a lot of things need to happen before we can get to that. But as long as we are fully conscious of what is needed, I think we can be able to get there. Slowly, small steps, but I think we have everything to get there. Because after a year, if you remember from last year, I mean, we have been able to do a lot. And if we keep going with this effort, with this strength, with this support, with this passion, I think there's, and of course, with your help and support, then we should be able to get to that. So we need three things, or we need to focus on three axes. We need to be self-sustained in a way, economically speaking. So we have done the first step. We have become a nonprofit institution so far, and at the same time, we're working on proposals and grants and all that. And of course, donation campaigns, fundraising campaigns is the one that we have right now running. We need to work on our human resources and operationally our operations of the institution so it becomes stronger, self-sufficient. We have our our set of bylaws and all that stuff, but we need to work more deeply into how to get this institution a strong structure for the future. Because what if some of us has to leave at some point in the year? We don't want this to just drop and leave the effort. We want to make sure that it's strong enough to sustain itself without the need to any one of us in particular. And of course, we started this as a virtual effort. And because this is a binational and we want to become global, so the strongest infrastructure that we need is virtual. It's our electronic presence. It is our platform. So we need to work on that as well. And those are the big three axes that we need to focus on and where we want to go. Specific objectives in the long short, we need to start developing policy briefs and fact sheets along with the programs and resources that we have been able to do. We want to work more specifically on what do we do for this specific case, right? We need to keep going and keep promoting and supporting everyone else's binational efforts. So we ask you, if you need help, if you want to use the platform for your event, for your effort, for whatever you're doing, the platform is for you. It's here for you to use. So we want to be able to make it stronger with your help. And that's what the third bullet is there about. And then further on, it's a medium and long-term integration and definition of member roles. We want to start working on other categories of members, not memberships, but members, and how each one of you could have a different role. We've been talking about potentially trainings, consulting services, either free or charged. So there's a lot of things that we can do, but it involves the members of the forum. So I think that will be a good thing for everyone. Those are the brainstorming ideas, strategies that we have been thinking about, but it's in the short, medium term. So wait on that, because we want to expand on this because it's good for everyone. And we want to be able to get funding for our working groups. We want the working groups to start working together because we all work anyways, right? So if we have a little bit of seed money, a little bit of support, I think we can be able to do much more than we are doing together as a working group. So we have 16 working groups right now, and we want to be able to give them some support, some incentive to push a little bit the effort. That's in the long run, and that's what we're looking for, are big grants out there, and of course, donations. We want to work on a binational data hub, much bigger than what we have been able to do. And I think we have the expertise in the forum to do it. It's just a matter of defining specific objectives of what this data will do, how to visualize our models and our data, how to make it accessible to different stakeholders, to the community itself. I think we need to transform the models into something that it's easy to use and handy. So that's what the Binational Data Hub is all about. It's working with big data here and be able to expand the IT tools around there in terms of data, so we can use that in our platform, because our platform is our biggest institution here. So we want to make it stronger that way. And with that, then we can expand a little bit our experience as a study case at a global scale and become, and participate globally too, and have our voice out there and have our membership expanded to other transboundary regions of the world, because that's the objective. We don't want to lose that. We don't want to lose that. We are focused on shared waters here, and that's our expertise, and that's what we want to export, if you want to call it that way. And we want to learn that expertise from other regions of the world. But I don't think we need to. We don't have to be limited to the Mexico-US. I don't think that's the nature of this. And I think as long as it is international and shared waters, it's all over, and there's no reason why we should have border limitations here. Next, Gabby, please. Sam, do you want to say something?
Yeah, could you just go back one? So let me actually, I want to be clear. So no one forced us for this event, but we think that we need accountability. And in that one is just kind of having a summary of, you have invested time, the same as us. So this is the part where we're saying, look, this is what we've been doing, and it's just part of an exercise. And there are a lot of things that we have already done. This part here is to share with us, and also to pick your brain on where are we going, and to provide you some expertise. I think something that for us is very important is that it is not a small group forum. It is all our forum. It's of all of us. And as it is of all of us, I just want to make sure that we're sharing this vision, but we're always looking forward for some feedback. So I wanted to make sure that we're working on that. Sorry, I just wanted to mention that. The one other thing that Rosario talks is that yes, we have the necessary evil. We are looking to maintain this economically. Also to have this forum that it will not be individual dependent. That when time comes, it will be self-sustained. That's what is called permanent, and that that is the part that you're seeing there. And then I think in the next one, which is the perfect segue, Jesus is going to talk about where we're moving in this electronic platform.
Yeah, thank you, Sam. So our next step is to really, well, let me take a step back. So in our process for moving into a self-sustaining nonprofit organization, we believe it was a great time to redesign the website itself. So what you're seeing right now is a snippet of the front page of the redesign. So we're trying to make it look a little bit more modern, more 2021 for the sense of it. So it will still have all the functionality of the old site, but just look a little bit prettier, if you will. Next slide, please.
Okay, well, we are just, this is the how the economic sustainability will keep us afloat on the next couple of years. This is the minimum that we need, $80,000. If you know organizations, industries, opportunities of grant, of donations, please let us know. Please help us spread the word around. Please donate if you are able. If you have any grant proposals that we can be part of as well, please let us know. And of course, I mean, we have the ongoing fundraising event, a call for art, to call for water. And we're gonna have an activity after this, just to express ourselves and just to tell Jose Luis that we are not very serious today. Next, Gabby. We are just about to get in mood. It's just that we're too excited to show it. So this is a fundraising event. Please help us spread the word. If you are an artist, or if you are not an artist, but you don't care, you want to draw something related to water, just send it to us and help us raise money for this effort. We have different categories. These are just examples of the art that we have already there in the gallery. And the link, the chat has the link. If you want to explore the gallery that we have so far in the art contest. These are great photos. These are just examples of the photos that we have been receiving, and paintings too, that will become part of our art gallery, but at the same time, it will help us raise funds. So please help us with this. I love this one. I'm sorry, I'm biased. I love this one. Anyway, but there are others that are great too. So we're gonna have an activity at the end to think about this. This is water in the border, so you can draw absolutely what you want in those terms, and share this effort with the people that you think can be interested. We're going to have awards as well, monetary awards for this. So we have a little bit of incentive there for artists, and we're going to have a final, award ceremony. We're going to have interviews with the winners. We're going to have them, link it into our website and all that. So it is a good exercise, I think, to talk about art and water in the border. It's always more nice or nicer. So anyway, now that we have you here connected, you're dropped a little bit. We need your feedback. It's just 2 minutes maybe survey. The survey it's there on the chat. Please click either English or Spanish and fill it out, please. We're going to give you 3 to 4 minutes maximum.
We want you to serve you better, and part of serve you better is to know what you want. So please take the survey.
Both links are in the chat. If you prefer English, please do it in English. It's quick. I mean, 4 minutes, it's a lot. You're going to be able to finish it before that. But really, we need your feedback. We need to know how we're doing. And the only way to know it for sure is hear your voice and your thoughts on this. So please help us. English or Spanish, the links are in the chat. It's 4:56 on my clock, so I will give you 3 minutes. If that's okay, at 4:59. Then we can, I don't know if you are having a drink, coffee. I know Sam is always having something that nobody knows. But you're welcome to bring your own drink and enjoy the fun of the last happy hour. And by the way, if there are questions, go ahead. Go ahead, Jose Luis, you're muted. I can't hear Jose Luis. Did you guys hear it? Okay, then it's me.
He might be on a different channel. I do not hear him either.
I don't hear the translation.
Yes, I can.
Okay, then it's me.
I was saying that I was thinking that we were going to start with the drink first, and then go over all of those speeches and all of that. But let me congratulate you. I'm just one of the members of the advisory committee, but I know you guys have been really doing all of this hard work throughout the year, and I'm very happy to be part of this. In my position at the advisory committee, which is probably not too much, but I can tell you that this year, well, I feel that this year is going to be a great year for us, and all of the things that you are proposing and planning, I'm sure we're going to all be engaged in all of those activities. At least for myself, I can speak for myself. I will doing all of the following, and I'll try very hard to work with you. Probably Rosario, we have in mind the presentation of our book. I don't know. I can tell you now that the book is going to be published very soon. This is a book about the cooperation and management of water at the national level along the U.S.-Mexico border that we were working, me and some colleagues at COLEF, and we invited also colleagues from the U.S., Rosario among them, and we hope that we can present the book soon in, taking advantage of the Binational Waters Forum, and probably be one of those one of the events next year, or maybe this year, I don't know, but that depends on when we have the book published. So again, let me congratulations for all of this, and well, I'm just waiting for the, like Samuel said, the beer or whatever you have.
Well, do you have it? Because it's hard for me to send it to you. But if everyone has a beer close to you, please grab it. Gracias. Thank you, Jose Luis, for your words and your support. And yes. I saw Gabriel, thank you for that idea. I think it's an excellent idea and we will definitely pursue it. We need to get the planning committee on place and do that. But yes, I think we should start thinking about, reaching big leagues and get the forum into it. Any other comments out there?
Oh, yeah, Maru, adelante. Maru.
Maru, go ahead.
Okay. Algo que podría sugerir que
Something that I might suggest, at least with my students, we did this and we got some very good results. It was about writing stories about the river or binational stories. I think that's very effective to attract an audience. They take from 3 to 5 minutes. People listen to them, and it's a way to disseminate information very quickly and you can have that in your phone. It's not, you keep doing what you're doing. It's something that I've done with my students, and I think it would also work here. And it's also creating links for sharing. For example, chats that are more oriented towards the general public, not talks amongst academics. So then we can hear about the issues, and it motivates people to participate, to work. I think that those are alternatives, and there's something that I have developed and I have seen with my students is, for example, creating posters about pollution, contamination. Those are images with a very brief message, and they're a great visual aid to remind people, to also to create awareness about the problems of the Colorado River, the Grande River. It's a way to simplify those issues, but it's very useful. That would be all. Thank you. Thank you, Maru. Thank you. Excellent ideas.
Okay, I'm in English now. Thank you. Any other comment? Any other idea? We're taking notes of everything you're saying and everything that you will be populating in the survey. So any other ideas before we move on? Okay, Deborah, I see a comment here. How about putting together a course for undergraduate students on shared basis, maybe on groundwater challenges and the governance gaps that could be taught all across North America in a collaborative fashion? Oh, that's it. Actually, we've been thinking about this, courses, developing courses. I mean, that was the topic of our, what, 2 weeks ago? What should we do in the future? So this is something that we have been thinking about, and I'm glad that you guys are thinking about that. Yes, I agree. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Debbie. And we're taking notes of all of this. And yes, it can be taught all across America in a collaborative fashion. Yes, this is a very good idea. I mean, not just one, but a couple of experts teaching a course, either for free or not. You know, it's a good idea.
And
Go ahead.
For even for practitioners. So I mean, it can be undergraduate or graduate, but it can also be for practitioners and having it in a modular system. So there are different modules, and depending who is the person teaching or what they want to learn, they can teach a class. Yeah, we've been thinking about it. Anyway, James, are you there? Any comment, question?
Super glad that you guys are present binationally. The two things I wanted to say, one is just in conversations with Rosario, recognizing the important role that you're playing that really no other forum can play. There's just nothing else like it, and you're fulfilling a role that's really necessary, important, useful, and continuing to grow. So I'm just really excited about the work that you're doing. The other thing that I'm going to guess someone on this call or someone in your extended group of academics is already a part of is the network CUAHSI, CUAHSI. And whether, I haven't heard mention of that, but I don't know everything, so I apologize if you've already been discussing it quite a bit.
Hey, James, that is a very good suggestion. We haven't thought about CUAHSI, but I think it will be interesting to, I don't know, get affiliated or touch base with the CUAHSI folks. Yep, thanks. It wasn't on our radar. Thanks.
Okay, great. Does everyone know what they are?
I'm sorry, James, what was the question?
Are people in general aware of what Quasi is?
I don't know. It's a
It is
consortium of universities. I don't know what it, the
hydrologic sciences and engineering or something like that, but it is.
Yes, yeah, and so the universities around the US, I don't know if they extend beyond the US borders, but there are many things they do, and there are even some that I don't know of. So if someone on the call is a member, but they have, as one example, a pool of instruments that can be lent out among universities to help out with field work. They also have a pool of experts, like you were talking about, to consult for questions and planning research projects. And then in general, sort of universities supporting universities to support hydrologic sciences.
Thank you, James. Thank you for that. And that's a good idea, actually. And also there was a comment here on getting local data collection points available in the website that are already available out there. I don't think we have those lives data collection, for example, from USGS. Thank you, Luis Guernica, for that. I think that's a good idea. We need to start digging into what data is actually could be useful or applicable to the border region. But that's a good idea. Thank you. And you sharing what Quasi stands for. And Gabriel is also mentioning how these courses for undergrads and master classes as well. Yes, a 60-minute lecture followed by a 90-minute skills building workshop. Topics can include many topics related to proposed groundwater governance, transboundary. Yes, and climate leadership. That's a good suggestion too, John. I believe you mentioned that as well. We need to start thinking about climate and potential opportunities, research opportunities out there for increasing our resilience capacity in the border. And building all that towards research and courses and things like that. And if we can count on all of you to be part of this effort of these teaching models, or we can make the best university in the border, I guess. If we have your expertise all together, I mean, I don't see why this can't be the best.
And again, not only for the students at a given university, but it can be also for, I mean, I can see this as being a resource for people in PCQ, Conagua, CELA, IBWC, New Mexico State, New Mexico Office of the Engineer, or Colorado BWR. Anyway, I can see many different people that they can do it, or that they can take advantage of some of this material. Also, the idea of Davis is very good to have this kind of modular lectures. I mean, here we have a lot of power, brain power. So I think it will be good to do that.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, and I think that's in the short term we should be able to put something together for next year. Both.
And also to ask you, yeah, and to ask you who of you would want to contribute and on what topic, and then we can start putting a lineup. Yep, Maru, por favor, please.
Too many things that we need to do, guys. You're getting us a lot of work, which is great. Okay. Any other thing? Raise hands. I see Maru's raised. I think that's her old hand raised.
Una
Okay,
pregunta.
well,
Ahora
let's,
nosotros
we're
estamos
gonna move
construyendo un
just to
I have a
diplomado.
question right now. We're working on a course. I don't know if you would be interested in a specific module on border water issues. We have already a structure, courses that offer a diploma for people who cannot attend formal education. We are now building up the modules and the structure, but thinking about all your background, we could propose a module that's just about the border. And once we have a structure, a stronger scaffolding, I guess, a structure, we could share that. And if you want to have your input on this, we could talk about an agreement. I don't know if we need to negotiate that to see if it could be your input. There should be maybe a fee for participating in the creation of this module. I don't know if it's feasible, but it's something that I want to put on the table in case you want to consider it. Thank you.
Yes, definitely. I mean, that's an option. And we can have different models, different topics, different perspectives, different experts, practitioners. You know, I think that's the best way to do it binational, right? Because everything that we do has to be binational or international for that matter. Any other suggestion, comment, idea? All great ideas, thank you.
Please do remember that this forum is yours. That's why we're asking, because we don't want to, I mean, to provide or to have good directions for, so we can serve you better.
Okay. So we have an activity for you and for us to try to relax ourselves and my kid, if possible, and draw with us, draw together. The theme is Water Unites Us, and we are going to be divided into groups. Are we going to do that, Sam? Yes? We're going to be divided into groups. You're going to be assigned to a group number, and that's the number of the slide you will be drawing, all of you, all of us at the same time. And then at the end, we're going to get back together and let's share those drawings. And then we're going to post them on the website because this is a binational.
Porque esto es
that way. So I don't know when was the last time you draw something on your computer. But this is, we're going to have 10 minutes and let's see what we can come up with.
Vamos a hacer algo importante. Para aquellos de ustedes que no hablan inglés y que prefieren tener el servicio de traducción, por favor, quédense aquí. No se vayan a ninguno de los otros salones, no acepten la invitación para pasar hacia otro grupo. Quédense aquí porque los servicios de traducción están activos únicamente aquí, en este salón, no van a funcionar.
That's about right. If not, if you're comfortable with what languages, just join the group that you're being invited to. And we're going to start drawing. The rules of the drawing, Gabi, can you, next screen, please, so we can quickly go over those. Now, the presentation, the rules of engagement, let's say. We will create breakout rooms. We will send a link. You're going to click on the link that it's already there. That's I will send. It says happy hour. Click on that link. And it's going to take you to a Jamboard. And then you're going to be sent to your group. And please draw only on your corresponding slide, which means stay away from other teams' art. And we're going to be there 10 minutes. Sam, if you can just send us to whatever you consider appropriate. That'll be good. Okay. Adios. I'll see you in a bit. Join your rooms if you are bilingual.
Okay, so hi everyone. So if you want people who speak English, Gabe, what do we have here? Todd. Yeah, please, Gabe, if you want, please join your group. José Luis, ¿quieres que te ponga en un grupo?
Sí, sí, está bien.
Voy.
Sam.
Dame un segundito. Ok. Dame un segundo. Ok. Dame un segundo. Ay, ¿dónde estás tú, José? Listo, ahora sí te llegó una invitación al grupo 2.
Ok, gracias.
Sí. Gabe, I think I'm going to put you, so you're already in group 3, but I think I'm going to put you on, let me see. Oh, I see. Give me a second. I'm just pulling people around. There you go. Ok. Ya, José Luis, para allá. Ok. Maru. There you go.
¿Me voy al 2?
Sí, por favor. Por
Gracias.
favor, Maru. Sí.
De que están en el pizarrón 2 de 5, pueden seleccionar el tipo de pluma que quieran utilizar para dibujar. De hecho, alguien está cambiando por ahí el color del marco. De hecho, podemos trabajar sobre ese azul y hacer por ahí unas pintas.
Así ya hicieron un marco azul.
Sí. Entonces, noten que tenemos por aquí del lado izquierdo el bolígrafo. Entonces, por aquí podemos empezar a trazar cosas. El objetivo de aquí es trazar en conjunto algún arte que tenga que ver con el agua transfronteriza. Entonces, podemos empezar a dibujar. Por ejemplo, podemos dibujar un río. Que más o menos parece un río. Pero por eso el chiste de estar todos juntos es ayudarnos y hacer algo en conjunto. De hecho, por aquí pueden ver si se desplaza nuevamente en la parte superior. Sí, podemos hacer el puente. Miren, por acá ya están dibujando algo de un sol y de distintas cosas. También alguien hizo un puente en el otro. Pero no importa, o sea, lo importante no es como hacer algo demasiado definido, pero sí como plasmar distintas ideas dentro de un mismo borrador. Entonces, por acá simplemente inicien, por favor, pícanle por acá en el lado izquierdo, tomen un bolígrafo, empiecen a hacer algunas pintas. Vamos a hacer, a mí se me antoja hacer un área de cultivos por acá.
Nada más para recordarles, todos ahí en el chat les envié la liga. Entonces denle clic a la liga, váyanse al slide número 2 y ahí todos ustedes se pueden poner a pintar. Sí, ahí está Raúl, pero todos váyanse ahí, pónganse a pintar, parte del show.
Voy a pintar mi zona de cultivos por acá alrededor del...
Qué horrible me quedan mis árboles.
No se preocupe, el objetivo es combinar.
Son
ideas,
árboles no me acuerdo si el cuaternario había árboles.
Le puedo ayudar a pintarlos. Lo podemos pintar de verde.
Oigan, y por cierto, muchas gracias a todos por estar aquí y por ser parte del foro. Y la verdad es que queremos servirles mejor. Entonces, gracias a todos, muchachos.
Gracias a ti también, Sam.
Oh, man.
Vamos a dibujar por ahí unos pozos de agua.
Let me see.
Hi. Hola, ¿cómo están? Hey, hi, everyone. There's one thing there.
What?
Rosario, Gabby, do you want to share your screen so we know what you're writing? I think all of you know what you're writing.
Are we back to the main session or
No, I'm just popping in. Some of it.
you want to
Sure.
copy our ideas?
Sí.
No.
Why?
We're not going to share our ideas to you.
No. Okay, so I'm seeing, Gabby, comparte to share your screen. We can actually see, but you're way
Yeah.
advanced.
How do we share the screen?
Yeah, I'm going.
Sí.
Ready. Can you see?
Yes. And just a friendly reminder, thanks everyone for being here, for being part of the forum. And we're here to help.
Awesome. Who did number 2? Do we have record of the people who's doing what? You do?
Yes.
Yay.
Excellent.
What is that, the ocean? Oh, that's California? Or what is it? Who's throwing fish?
I don't know. Don't look at others. Rosario.
I'm sorry.
Let me see.
Sorry.
Let me see.
Rosario.
Oh.
Look at that. Oh my God. Okay.
Good job. Oh my God.
Nice.
Is this a fire?
They have hats. They have hats.
Montañas.
Oh. We are the best.
We are the best of the best of the best. Who said that? I'm gonna put another bridge here. Unless you're thinking I'm messing up your art.
Sí.
Hey, sorry, just popping in. Hey, one thing. Lau or good seeing you, Genevieve. Gilbert gave actually before that. Thanks everyone. Thanks to all of you for being part of the forum. Man, it's been quite a ride. Lau, can you share the screen so we can actually see what you're painting? I think I can see it, but
Let me.
oh my God. Wow. Super nice. Wow. Yeah, that's super cool.
Very good job.
Sí. So it seems that wow. Okay. We'll give you like 5 more minutes and then we'll finish.
I don't think anyone has used the red one yet.
What is the thing that's crossed out in the middle?
I was doing a fish, but then
Because you can erase it. Is that I wasn't sure. You can erase that if that's not something you want.
yeah, but I think I don't know. I'm having problems with my computer. It's very slow.
Can we?
You
Do
can
you
erase it.
do you want the erased?
Yeah, if you guys want, yeah, if you
Like
guys,
that?
then that's.
So
Oh,
Actually, that
Oh,
was,
no, I thought it was, no, the red thing, not the,
oh, sorry.
Gilbert. That was Gilbert.
oh, you erased my border wall.
Yeah.
That's, we thought, okay, my mistake.
Sorry, trying to understand. I didn't understand what that was.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
you
we
said
need
the
to
thing
do that
crossed
again.
out. I saw the an X in the middle. I thought that's what that was.
This one?
Yeah. That's true.
This one, right here. With the red on it. That.
Yeah, the red thing, I was gonna draw a little fish, but then I think we were drawing at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, we can have red fish. There can be many colors of fish.
I put a bridge over your fish.
Hey, Gilbert, I'm just kind of redrawing the wall with some barbed wire on the top.
Ah, yeah. That's,
There we go.
Now it's super abstract, so just be aware of it.
I was like, should we make it like 20 feet tall? And
all right, perfect.
Okay, now let
Okay.
me see if, how can I? Okay, I think it might be almost time.
But don't give me credit for that.
You mean you're not wearing your official badge right now?
No.
Sorry. Okay, so I'm bringing everyone back. James, Pablo. Okay. Un momento.
I don't know if you had fun, but I did have fun.
Yeah, me too.
Are you guys able to see? Now you can pick on everybody else's. You're able to move. Are you able to see other groups' drawings?
Yes.
Equipo número 2, dejen de pintar.
I mean,
Equipo número
Ay,
2.
Cristina,
North, there are cows. In group number 2, I thought they were cows.
Rosario,
Oh,
friendly reminder, para los que quieran escuchar en español, por favor seleccionar el globito de interpretation y luego español. For everyone who wants to listen in English, Let's go to our channel in English. So we have the translations ready. Thanks,
Please
everyone.
make sure if you want to select your language, go back to English, mute the original audio, or Spanish, mute original audio because we're back on the meeting. And this is great. We're going to have this in our gallery. We're going to probably make some t-shirts or coffee mugs out of this. I want to know, I mean, it's already 5:30 something, but 1 minute for one representative of each room to explain to us what's up there. And I'm going to start with number one, and then that's us. And I'm going to give the, I don't know, James, do you want to take over? I just did it like that, you know, Mexican way, you know, just do it.
Across here, the Rio Bravo.
You're on mute, James.
Oops, sorry. I don't think I am.
No, I think you have to select
channel.
English,
Uh-huh.
James.
Oh, oops. Sí.
Yeah.
Una disculpa, sorry about that. Let's see. So we got the Rio Bravo, Rio Grande going across. We have some very nice international bridges here that Rosario did. I made some very bad mountains and a cactus. We have our Mexico flag and US flag. We have all of our words about different things, importing water, sustainability, migration, biodiversity, jobs, desalination. We have some excellent animals like the bunny and the dove and the fish and the turtle. And then a very funny, happily, we have our little binational waters person down here. So, and then in the middle, the photo of all those of us who worked on it.
Yeah, that's great. Group number two. Thank you, James. Group number two, whoever.
Muchachos, en el grupo 2, ¿alguien quiere presentar?
¿Quiénes son los del grupo número 2?
El número 2 es
Número 2.
Alfredo, Elia, José Luis, Maru y Ramón.
José Luis, Maru, Ramón.
Si alguno de ustedes quiere presentar, cámbiense al lenguaje de español y pónganle miedo. Dale, José Luis.
Ok, bueno, tenemos un río y
José
es un
Luis,
río.
José Luis,
Bueno.
por favor. Sí, sí te escucho.
Sí.
Selecciona español y ponle mute original audio.
Ok.
Y ahí nos vemos. Gracias.
Sí.
Dale.
¿Ya?
Sí, ya estás. Dale.
Sí,
Ok.
ya, listo.
Bueno, es un río y hay, por supuesto, que en el río hay vegetación a ambos lados, es vegetación de la región. Hay pues es un coyote, ¿verdad?, que está tomando agua. Hay cactus que representan también partes de la región de México, Estados Unidos, de la flora. Hay actividades como la agricultura, hay un agricultor, la ganadería, tenemos el ganado vacuno ahí. Hay, por supuesto, otro tipo de vegetación, los árboles que son pues originales de cada región. Hay ciudades también, en algunas partes ponemos ahí con vías de comunicación, y pueblos pequeños donde hay casas, que es lo que está pintado en rojo de los ambos lados. Bueno, toda la cuestión del paisaje regional, ¿verdad? Que son montes que están pintados en verde. Y los días que, bueno, escogimos un día bonito para pintar el cuadro, ¿verdad? Hay un puente también que es pues es un puente local, más que nada, no es un puente donde cruzan carros, ni hay casetas de pago, ni nada de eso, ni son cruces internacionales. Es un puente local. Es más o menos lo que tenemos, ¿verdad?
Doctor, le faltó romanticismo al fondo, se ve el sol y las nubes
Sí,
y
por
el
eso
paisaje.
decía yo que es un día muy bonito y se ven bien, digamos, el paisaje atrás, ¿verdad? De los montes que se ven verdes. Parece que ha llovido, aunque no crean, en la región fronteriza. Fue un día que llovió.
El agricultor
Entonces,
se ve feliz al menos.
sí, también. Más o menos, ¿verdad? En la descripción.
Gracias, José Luis.
A ver,
Gracias, Mario.
¿quieren agregar algo, Maru? Mario, Luis, no sé.
El
Digo,
puente es este vínculo binacional que permite el traslado y la comunicación entre las poblaciones, e incluso las vacas y no sé qué sea, si es dinosaurio o coyote, pero permite el traslado de algunas especies.
Oye, Maru, y también ahí que el río sea la línea que nos une, no que nos divide, ¿no?
Claro,
sí.
a favor y que nos inunda a ambos.
Sí, yo creo que ahí el puente que dibujó Maru es, como ella dice, pues es más bien de, digamos, una comunicación local, ¿verdad? Lo que quiere decir que pues todas las comunidades están comunicadas, no nada más las grandes ciudades. Entonces, bueno, las especies que son nativas, pues ellos también a lo mejor usan el puente, no sé.
Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. Vámonos al grupo número 3. Gabriel, Benedict, Gilbert, Laura, JJ.
Of group 3. And so what we have right here is an identical image from National Geographic of the map of the area. So we can see the massive influx of fish on the right side representing the Gulf of Mexico. And then there is, of course, the Rio Grande. There are people along the Rio Grande getting along as everyone should and does. And then we have the Colorado Mountains on the upper left. We have some desert regions. We have a well. We have a fence that's no longer being built. We have the sun. And that little smudge in the middle is a house. It's specifically my house. So now you guys all know exactly where I live. Yes, thank you.
I thought it was California. I thought it was a sea. Too much water in there. I'm sorry. This is fun.
Anyone else from that team? Gabe, Lau, Gilbert, Genevieve, you want to add something? So I think, yeah, Rosario.
Me? What?
No, but I think that this is something that I do have to add. Yeah, sorry. If you see, so there are two people shaking their hands, and right there in the middle. No, below, downstream, that one there. And there is a border wall there that we just crossed it. So that abstract, yeah, just a little bit to the right, Gabi. Just and that one there. Yeah, so we try to also put that we are building friendship, not border. Thanks. I think that was another comment there. I think we're done, Rosario.
Next one. This is a very dramatic representation, I would say. Like Picasso kind of a thing. Who's group 4?
Yeah,
Who
who
wants
was,
to
who was in group 4?
Who's in group 4? Elia, it should be you. No? Who's in group 4? Who wants to speak on behalf of group 4? Elia? Unmute yourself, we can't hear you.
Oh, yeah, obviously the one that doesn't know how to draw, that's my art creation, along with Alfredo, I believe. Let me see. Like, I just created the ugly mountain, so let me see if she's, are you still here? Alfredo. See him, it's gonna be me. Okay.
Sí, sí,
Well,
Elia.
we just try to portray the river and how the water from the river unite us, because water unite us. Some wells around there. I wanted a cow. I saw that someone from another group had a cow, but I wasn't brave enough to do that. But I have 2 wells. Yay! Representing the binational aquifers. So I love cows. Me too. Okay, so just change your screen. I'm a little bit ashamed. So there you go. But I had fun. I can say that. So.
Where are the aquifers again?
Well,
there's
representing the aquifers, I have the wells or groundwater.
Oh, that's the well. I thought it was a
2
boat.
wells. No. I think it must have been easier to just put in the different layers, maybe
Oh, you were going to create different layers?
No, maybe. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, Ramon says, did you know that cows have best friends and get stressed when they are separated? I didn't know that.
Sad.
I didn't know that the previous group was drawing cows. I thought they were pigs until I saw something pink underneath. I said, well, no, it could be. Anyway, so this was great exercise, relaxing. I mean, it took me, I don't know about you, but for you, but it took me a couple of seconds to think of what can we actually draw. Thinking about the border, it's always on our minds. We always talk about it. We know a lot about it. We don't know everything about it, but we're always talking about it. And then when it comes to drawing, it's challenging, especially when you don't know how to draw. So, but this was good, and it you know, it let us think about what are the main things that should be represented out there, and what is our role in here. So. This is great, and we're going to post this on our gallery, and we're going to make a lot of things. If you gave us permission to use your copyright or your ownership of your fantastic drawings today, yeah, this is good.
Are you going to share all of the giant profits from this artwork?
Yes, definitely. We're going to share, like, this is what we are capable of doing. Can you fund us? I'm sure they'll be, you know, they're pretty excited about giving us a lot of money for these drawings.
Very big donors, definitely.
Very big donors. Yeah.
No, I don't want to thank everyone for their participation. I also want to thank everyone. Also, last but not least, gracias, Rosario. Thank you, Rosario. I mean, a lot of these things has been done with you. You thank us, but thanks, Rosario. Muchas gracias. It's been a pleasure working with you. Gracias a todos. Thanks, everyone. Again, here we are to serve you. We are thinking in the long-term life of this. And it involves a lot of things. This is always a two-way conversation. If there is something that we can improve, if there is some feedback or something that we can work together, do let us know. This space is actually for that. Gracias, Elia, Gaby, Jesus, Saul, Lau, everyone. Rosario, anything else? Are we good?
Just a big thank you. We cannot thank enough. Hey, look, I'm using the emoticons now. Reactions. I learned that from James last time when we talked about the tomatoes. Thank you everyone for staying all the way today. Thank you for joining us. We will certainly follow up with your ideas. We only have more work to do and we need all the help we can get. So thank you. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure working with this dream team and working with all of you as well. And only good things to come, because that's the only way it can go. So thank you. Have a great weekend. Have a great rest of the afternoon. And gracias. Gracias, Laura, Samuel, Gaby, Saúl, Jesús, Elia,
Nos vemos,
our
James.
interpreters, Pablo, James,
John, Jerry. Thanks, Jerry. Maru, muchas gracias.
our advisory committee, please. Thank you. Thank you for being around too.
José Luis, nos vemos. Muchas gracias. Thanks, James. Muchas gracias, James. Pablo.
Adiós.
Luis,
Adiós a
nos vemos.
todos.
Thank
Adiós
you.
a todos.
Gracias.
Hasta luego. Gracias. Nos vemos,
Thank
Maru.
you.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye, bye.
Adiós.
Luis.
Nos vemos.
Nos vemos.
Bye, chicos. Don't forget to stop the recording.